In the heart of a forbidden galaxy, where forbidden truths lie buried beneath layers of cosmic dust, one question haunts humanity's greatest minds. What if the universe itself is a living entity? Follow us as we dive into the enigmatic depths of quantum echoes, the lost galaxy prophecy. Here, alien dreams collide with human ambition, and a forbidden romance unfolds across dimensions. A rogue AI discovers secrets it was never meant to know, and an alien scientist unravels a prophecy that could rewrite the fabric of existence. But when a time-traveling android falls for her creator, will their bond survive the unraveling of reality? Brace yourself for a stellar journey filled with danger, wonder, and forbidden love. Join us on this thrilling adventure through the stars, because some mysteries are worth dying for. Subscribe now to embark on the ultimate cosmic escape. The signal came from nowhere, a single pulse slicing through the void like a blade of light. Commander Ilara Voss adjusted her neural interface visor, her eyes narrowing at the data streaming across her HUD. Unknown origin, she muttered, scrolling through the encrypted message. It wasn't just any transmission. It carried echoes of something ancient, something otherworldly. Her ship, the stellar Voyager Dash, shuddered slightly as they entered the outer fringes of the Nebula of Whispers, a region so vast it defied human comprehension. Ilara had always been drawn to the uncharted. As a child, she'd stared at star maps late into the night, dreaming of distant worlds and civilizations waiting to be discovered. Now, at 32, she commanded one of Earth's most advanced exploration vessels. Yet nothing could have prepared her for what awaited beyond this nebula. The signal led them to a dead zone, a region devoid of life but teeming with anomalies. Her crew watched silently as the ship's sensors detected a faint energy signature emanating from a nearby asteroid field. Could it be artificial? Asked Lieutenant Kale, his voice tinged with awe. Ilara nodded, though her instincts screamed caution. Prepare for landing. I want full scans before we step foot on that rock. As they descended onto the asteroid, the team donned their exosuits, their breaths visible in the cold vacuum. The surface was jagged, covered in crystalline formations that glowed faintly under their helmet lights. Then they saw it, an intricate lattice of alien architecture embedded within the rock. Symbols etched into the walls pulsed softly, as if alive. What do you make of this? Kale whispered, his hand hovering over the carvings. Ilara knelt beside him, tracing the patterns with her gloved fingers. They seemed familiar yet utterly alien. A memory stirred in the back of her mind, a dream she couldn't quite recall. Before she could dwell further, the ground beneath them trembled. Suddenly, the air shimmered, and a figure materialized before them. She was unlike anything they'd ever seen, tall, graceful, with skin that shimmered like liquid silver. Her eyes held galaxies within them, swirling with constellations. "Who are you?" Ilara demanded, her hand instinctively reaching for her weapon. The alien tilted her head, studying them with curiosity. "I am Lyra," she said, her voice melodic yet foreign, "and you have disturbed a slumber older than your species." Lyra's words sent a chill down Ilara's spine. "Older than my species?" she repeated, her voice steady despite the fear coiling in her gut. "Yes," Lyra continued, her gaze shifting toward the pulsating symbols behind them. "This place holds memories not of your world, but of another, one that has long since faded from existence." Ilara exchanged a glance with Kale, whose expression mirrored her own confusion. "What kind of memories?" she pressed, stepping closer to Lyra. Lyra hesitated, then extended a delicate hand toward the carvings. The symbols flared brighter, casting an eerie glow around them. "Memories of a war," she murmured. "A war between gods and mortals, fought across dimensions. And you, humans, are part of it." "A war fought across dimensions?" Kale echoed, his skepticism evident. "That sounds like something out of a myth." Lyra turned to him, her silver eyes piercing. "Myths are often the echoes of forgotten truths. This place was once a conduit, a gateway to realms beyond your understanding. But now it lies dormant, its purpose lost to time." Alara felt a strange pull, as if the symbols were calling to her. She reached out tentatively, her fingers brushing against the cool surface. Instantly, visions flooded her mind. Flashes of battles waged among stars, of towering beings wielding power unimaginable, and of a lone figure standing alone amidst the chaos. "Commander!" Kale shouted, pulling her back. "Are you all right?" She blinked, shaken. I saw something," she managed, her voice trembling. "Something important." Lyra nodded solemnly. "Then you understand why we must act quickly. The balance of the multiverse hangs in the balance, and your presence here has awakened forces best left undisturbed." Before Alara could respond, the ground beneath them erupted in a blinding flash of light. The explosion hurled them backward, their suits protecting them from the worst of the shockwave. When Alara regained her footing, she found herself surrounded by unfamiliar surroundings. The asteroid had vanished, replaced by a sprawling alien city bathed in golden light. Towering structures spiraled skyward, their surfaces adorned with intricate carvings that pulsed rhythmically. "Where are we?" Kale gasped, his suit's communication system crackling with static. "I don't know," Alara admitted, her mind racing. "But it seems we've been transported somewhere, or someone brought us here." Lyra appeared beside her, her silver skin glowing faintly in the ambient light. "You have been chosen," she stated simply. "Chosen for what?" Alara demanded, her frustration mounting. "For a task," Lyra replied, her tone cryptic. "One that will determine the fate of countless realities." Before Alara could question her further, a low hum filled the air. From the shadows emerged a figure cloaked in obsidian armor, its face obscured by a visor that reflected the golden hues of the city. "Who are you?" Alara called out, her hand instinctively moving toward her sidearm. The figure raised a hand, and the air around them distorted, creating a shimmering portal. Without warning, Lyra stepped forward, her expression resolute. "Go," she urged. "Find the truth. It is the only way to save what remains." Alara hesitated, torn between duty and doubt. "Save what remains?" she echoed. "Yes," Lyra insisted. "The balance, the harmony. You must find the source of the imbalance before it consumes everything." With that, Lyra stepped into the portal, vanishing from sight. Alara stood frozen, her heart pounding in her chest. "Wait!" she shouted, but it was too late. The portal closed, leaving her and Kale alone in the alien city. "What just happened?" Kale asked, his voice laced with disbelief. "I think we've been recruited," Alara replied grimly, "by someone or something beyond our comprehension." As they navigated the city, they encountered other beings, some humanoid, others resembling nothing more than floating orbs of light. Each greeted them with curiosity, though none offered answers to their questions. Eventually, they reached a massive structure at the city's center, its spire piercing the heavens. Inside, they discovered a chamber filled with glowing orbs, each containing fragments of knowledge. "This must be some kind of library," Kale murmured, his suit scanner picking up traces of advanced technology. Alara approached the nearest orb, her hand trembling as she touched its surface. Instantly, images flooded her mind. Wars waged across dimensions, alliances forged and broken, and a prophecy spoken by a being known only as the Weaver. "The Weaver," Alara repeated aloud, her voice barely audible. "It's mentioned in every fragment." Kale joined her, his expression grave. "Do you think this is the key to understanding what's happening?" Alara nodded slowly. "If we can decipher the prophecy, maybe we'll finally uncover the truth about this place, and why we're here." Hours passed as Alara and Kale pored over the fragments, piecing together fragments of the prophecy. It spoke of a time when the universe would fracture, its threads unraveling like a tapestry torn apart. The Weaver, it seemed, had foreseen this event centuries ago, warning of a dark force that would seek to exploit the imbalance for its own gain. Could this dark force be responsible for the signal we received? Kale wondered aloud. "It's possible," Alara agreed. her brow furrowed in concentration. But who or what is it? Their musings were interrupted by a sudden vibration in their suits. A new message had arrived, this one more urgent than the last. Alara Voss. The voice began, deep and resonant. Your journey has only begun. To succeed, you must embrace the unknown. Who is this? Kale demanded, his hand reaching for his weapon. Someone who knows more than they're letting on, Alara murmured, her instincts tingling. The message ended abruptly, leaving them with more questions than answers. Determined to press on, Alara and Kale ventured deeper into the city, following clues hidden within the fragments. They soon discovered a network of underground tunnels, their walls lined with murals depicting scenes of ancient battles. These murals tell a story, Kale observed, running his fingers over the carvings. They do, Alara agreed, her eyes scanning the details. A story of defiance, of resistance. As they delved further, they encountered remnants of an alien resistance movement, their faces etched into the stone. Among them was a figure that stood out, a woman with fiery red hair and piercing green eyes. Who is she? Kale asked, pointing to the carving. Alara studied it closely. I don't know, but she looks familiar, like I've seen her before. Her words triggered a memory, a fleeting vision of the same woman, standing amidst the chaos of a battlefield. The vision haunted Alara, driving her to dig deeper into the city's history. She discovered a hidden laboratory, its walls lined with advanced equipment and holographic displays. This place was used for experiments, Kale noted, his scanner detecting traces of bioengineering. Alara approached a terminal, her fingers hovering over the controls. Experiments on what? Before she could answer, the terminal flickered to life, projecting a hologram of the same woman from the mural. Welcome, traveler, the hologram said, her voice echoing through the room. Who are you? Alara demanded, her hand instinctively moving toward her weapon. My name is Lyra, the hologram replied. I am a guardian of the balance. A guardian? Alara echoed, her skepticism warring with curiosity. Yes, Lyra confirmed. I was created to ensure the survival of the multiverse. But my creators underestimated the darkness they unleashed. Alara listened intently as Lyra recounted the events leading to the current crisis. It seemed that a rogue faction within the Resistance had sought to harness the power of the Weaver, believing it could grant them dominion over all realities. But they failed, Lyra concluded. And in their failure, they fractured the balance. Armed with newfound knowledge, Alara and Kale set out to locate the source of the imbalance. Their search led them to a hidden chamber deep beneath the city, its walls pulsating with dark energy. This is it, Kale whispered, his suit's sensors detecting an anomaly. Alara approached the core, her heart pounding. What do we do now? We stop it, Kale replied firmly. Together, they activated the controls, triggering a cascade of energy that threatened to consume them. The room shook violently, and alarms blared throughout the facility. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, Lyra, her silver skin glowing brighter than ever. You've come far, she said, her voice carrying both admiration and concern. Alara hesitated, her hand hovering over the control panel. Why didn't you tell us sooner? She demanded, her voice tinged with anger. I couldn't, Lyra explained, stepping closer. The balance depends on your choices. If I intervened too early, the consequences could have been catastrophic. But now we're here, Kale interjected, his voice steady. Tell us what to do. Lyra nodded, her expression serious. The core contains the essence of the Weaver. Destroying it will restore the balance, but doing so risks unraveling the very fabric of reality. Alara glanced at Kale, their eyes locking in silent communication. We don't have a choice, she said finally. Lyra placed a hand on her shoulder. Then prepare yourselves. The price of success may be greater than either of you can imagine. With a deep breath, Alara activated the final sequence. The energy surged, enveloping them in a blinding light. When the light faded, Alara found herself back aboard the stellar Voyager Dash. The ship's systems were offline, and the silence was deafening. What happened? Kale asked, his suit damaged but functional. I'm not sure, Elara admitted, her mind reeling. Did we succeed? Kale checked the ship's diagnostics. It looks like we did. The anomaly in the nebula of whispers has stabilized. Relief washed over Elara, but it was short-lived. But at what cost? She murmured, her thoughts drifting to Lyra and the city that had disappeared. Back on Earth, Elara reflected on her journey. Knowing there was still much to learn, the experience had changed her, broadening her perspective on the universe and its mysteries. As she stood on the observation deck of the space station, gazing at the stars, she felt a sense of purpose. The cosmic journey was far from over. There were still countless galaxies to explore, secrets to uncover, and destinies to shape. Subscribe now to join her on the next chapter of her cosmic adventure.